Hello, good day, kamusta? I am Carlo and I'm a photographer currently based in Australia. I've been shooting for 10 years now and I want to share my personal learnings on how to take professional photos with the Sony ZV-E10 and these cameras. Now for this video, I want you to trust me when I tell you that by the end of this video, I am 100% sure you will do great with your photos. Okay, let's not waste time and start quickly on number 1, and that is understanding the ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. I will explain this in a very short and simple way. If you want to learn this in full depth, I have a tutorial for this in my other video. I also made a mobile app to guide and help you practice these things, and even made a digital guide if you want to learn it through reading. All of these are in the description below. So before I start, I want to share that my first camera was the Nikon D3200 10 years ago more or less. I was only shooting in auto at that time, but I was glad that I tried learning how to shoot in manual. Yes, it takes time when you are just starting, but the more photos that you take, the faster your improvement will be, and later on, you don't realize it's already a muscle memory of yours. I know it's overwhelming for some of you who are just learning how to shoot, but my advice is give it a chance, learn just 3 things, and trust me, you're going to thank yourself someday by doing this. Don't overthink. Remember that the only goal of these 3 for now for you is to create a photo that is not overexposed and not underexposed. Now, how to quickly learn these 3 things? So this is what I teach to people. I tell them to stretch and tweak the values of each of it by decreasing and increasing it. By doing so, you learn what does it do and how far can you go. So for a short explanation, let's start with the ISO. Decreasing the ISO darkens the image, but it also gives you a cleaner outcome. Increasing it lightens the image, but it gives a little bit of digital noise, depends on how high your ISO is. Now for the shutter speed. Increasing shutter speed darkens the image, but this is very handy when capturing moving objects. So let's say for example you're doing sports photography. And decreasing shutter speed lightens the image. Decreasing this too low may result in a blurry subject. Now for the aperture. Increasing aperture darkens the image. It will also reduce the background separation to your subject. And decreasing aperture lightens the image. Doing this creates a good background blur. So what you will do is try to mix and match and create an image that is not overexposed or underexposed. So that is your goal. Now, there is no perfect numbers or setting to each of it when shooting. It all depends to the type of photos you want to take. But just to make an example for portrait photography, I usually shoot at these values: ISO 100, shutter speed 250, and aperture 1.2 to 1.4. Now let's move on to number 2. Finding the right lens. I want to share my first personal breakthrough of my photography journey. As you might have guessed already, it was finding the right lens. I probably won't improve and stop doing photography if I did not discover this. I was stuck with bad photos, photos that I can't see myself, photos that I don't really appreciate until I found the right lens. Now with the current market, I can say there are really heaps of good lenses out there. If I can suggest just 2 lenses, it would be the Veltrox 75mm f1.2 and the Veltrox 25mm f1.2. This is not sponsored how I wish it is. This is just my personal opinion from my personal experience. Take a look of some of the photos that I took with the Sony ZV-E10 and the Veltrox 75mm. Let's talk about number 3, and that is shooting at the right time. If you're already expert with taking photos, yeah, sure, you can shoot any time of the day, considering you already have proper gears and you understand lighting pretty well. However, it still plays a major role, especially when you're relying only on a natural light, and also when you're just starting. And honestly, this is my second light bulb when I was starting my photography journey. When we say right time, this is where you hear the words golden hour. Golden hour is the time within 1 to 2 hours after sunrise, or 1 to 2 hours before sunset. Unless of course if you're doing night photography, obviously. Speaking of night photography, I also done night shoots with this camera, and you can take a look at it on my other video. So yes, it is very simple. Shoot within 1 to 2 hours after sunrise or 1 to 2 hours before sunset. So this is a photo that I took on a golden hour. Let's move on to number 4, and it is shooting with RAW. Before you shoot, make sure you set your format to RAW, unless you don't want to color grade your photos. But personally, I always tell people to color grade their photos, and it makes a lot of difference. Aside from it being very flexible, RAW gives you that maximum quality and editing control. I have a personal experience where I re-edit and recolored my shots more than a year ago. While I was editing the photos, it feels like as if I just took the photo a week ago because how my results turned out. That's the beauty of it. RAW file preserves the highest possible quality of your photo. Now let's talk about number 5, composition. Composition plays a big role in shooting. It tells a story, guides the eye, and creates the harmony. Now there are a lot of types of composition, and these are the rule of thirds, leading lines, framing, symmetry, patterns, negative space, filter frame, rule of odds, depth and layers, and unique viewpoints. I know these are a lot for someone who is just starting photography. I suggest you start with just these two, the rule of thirds and unique viewpoints. Rule of thirds is a composition where your frame is divided by 3, horizontally and vertically. What you do is you place your subjects to the intersecting lines, just like this. My rookie mistake when I was just starting was I always put my subject in the middle of the frame, until I learned this technique. Next composition is the unique viewpoints. Unique viewpoints is when you shoot from above like bird's eye view or below like worm's eye view. Personally, I believe the easiest way to achieve great photo comes from a perspective that is not common. So when you're shooting, remind yourself to shoot on an unusual angle. If you're shooting at the same perspective of how normal people see things, then maybe consider to try and find unique ways. So now we are down to the last number, number 6, which is the color grading. Now, color grading is a journey in itself. However, it makes a good photo into an amazing and stunning photo. I truly understand it is hard, but I suggest you take time to learn small things each day. My suggestion is start doing small adjustments to your photo. You can start with these 4 adjustments. Before you make this adjustment, make sure that you're editing RAW photos and not JPEG unless you don't have RAW. And also, let's do this in Adobe Lightroom. First is do an S shape on the turn curve like this. Next is increase vibrance a little bit, let's say 30. Apply lens blur, let's say 30. And then use a profile like Modern 4 or Modern 9 and see how your photos will improve with just little adjustments like this. When you feel like it's not that hard anymore, study color grading as much as you study taking photos. And that's it. Congratulations, you are now equipped in creating professional photos. I honestly hope I made this easy for you. I can't wait to see how you guys will do with your journey. When you can, I hope you can share me your photos. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you in my other videos. Remember, the best camera and lens are the ones you don't have. See ya!